Hello, everybody. Again, like yesterday, I just want to warn you guys in advance that I am a little stuffy right now. So, if my voice sounds weird, please don't mind, but let's hurry up and just get on to the topic. So, another Sayaka video already. I've already made 2 this week, but he's been coming out with some pretty big information, and he came out with enough information the other night that I thought it was enough to make another video, because it's all very interesting and important information. So I'm just going to go off. I'm going to read all 4 pieces. I think break them down separately this time instead of saying them all then breaking them down at the end. So we'll see if that works out better. But should we begin? So the first thing, someone asked, faked poop happened. Kind of cool, but then plot holes be whack. Thank you for being the voice of logic, Sayaka. Sayaka, where exactly does the armored Godzilla toy fit to the plot? If you guys don't know what the armored toy is, there's a toy named Mechagodzilla that was in the leaks that happened at the Hong Kong Toy Fair thing. So, basically, here's what Sayaka's response about the Mechagodzilla fitting in the movie. He said, I didn't see Mechagodzilla. I don't know what role he played in the movie, but I guess it may be the equipment made by the human beings. In fact, there are a lot of science fiction elements in this movie. There are a lot of future technologies. GVK is not as realistic as the previous Monsterverse movies. The level of human technology will remind you of the Pacific Rim and the Avenger or the Toho Godzilla movie. So, right there, he said he hasn't seen Mechagodzilla, and so he doesn't know how he fits in the movie. And so in case you guys don't know, Sayaka has not seen the movie. He has only seen concept art and word of mouth. And he had confirmed the other night he has seen the final battle. So throughout the final battle, he basically confirms Mechagodzilla will not be in the final battle. Which is kind of weird that Mechagodzilla wouldn't be in the final battle. If they're going to use it in the film at some point. I don't see when else they would use it other than for him to fight, Godzilla or Mechagodzilla. So, but at the very least, it sounds like Mechagodzilla isn't going to be in the final battle. And if I had to guess overall, he's probably not even going to be in the movie. However, what's interesting to take on this, I remember when Michael wrote King of the Monsters, he said he wanted to make the technology seem like a realistic leap within 5 years after 2014. He wanted it to seem logical. And the technology basically went as far as, an aircraft carrier that can fly. And that wasn't really that big of a deal. He's saying in this movie, it's going to be on levels of Pacific Rim, Avengers, and Toho Godzilla movies. So basically, they're going all science fiction with this movie. And there's going to be some pretty extreme equipment in here, probably. So yes, the Mechagodzilla could be in the movie, but it probably won't play a major role. He doesn't really know what it plays yet. I'm sure when he finds out, this is his first time really even talking about Mechagodzilla in detail, so that makes me happy nonetheless. But, it's all fascinating, but it's really interesting, what technology will be in the movie. We know Mechagodzilla, and yeah, it just seems like they're going all out with technology in this movie, which is very cool to hear. Don't get me wrong, I think it's still all really interesting. It's definitely a big leap. Anyways, there's 4 segments, by the way. That was the first one. The next thing, someone asked, hey, Sayaka, could you answer me 2 questions? We see some of the new Titans that we didn't saw in Godzilla 2, like Abomadon, Binyip, and Sekhmeth, etc. Will Godzilla have white dorsal plates? And Sayaka's response is, there will be new Titans, but I don't know their names. And then to the second question, he says, at least the shape of the dorsal plates is the same of King of the Monsters. As for the color, I don't know. So, right there, Sayaka, once again, basically confirming that there's new Titans. We know there's going to be a new giant snake Titan that fights Kong at some point in the movie. But he doesn't know the names of any Titans, of the new Titans in the movie. So I don't know if there will be any returning Titans, but there will definitely be new ones we haven't seen yet. So they could either be the ones from Godzilla 2 that we didn't see, or it's completely new. We know the Snake one. As far as I know, the Snake one is completely new. But it's all interesting nonetheless. As for the dorsal plates, he has confirmed, he gets asked this a lot. It's the same exact dorsal plate design of King of the Monsters. However, there could be color a color difference. Um, it's really interesting though that he wouldn't know if the color is different, since he did see the final battle, but maybe it's just the lighting or something really didn't reveal it. And as we've seen so far, if there are white spikes or whatever, they're just the tips. It's just the very tips. So it's something that might not even be that noticeable in the movie. If you look at all the promotional material we have so far, anything that shows Godzilla with white tips is like white spikes. It's just the tips. Other than that concept art that got leaked out. So that's basically what he has to say about that. So it really doesn't confirm or disprove that there's going to be white tip spikes. Some of the ways he responds to stuff is really weird too, but like it makes you like if he did see the final fight, that does kind of make me curious and how he's not sure, but I didn't see the final fight, so maybe it would make sense. Someone responding to a thing about Mechagodzilla, the third thing he says, that's pretty interesting. Speaking of technology, what types of weapons does Mechagodzilla possess? So, here's where we get our big confirmation of Mechagodzilla's fighting style. He says, in a quote, Mechagodzilla can fight Godzilla at close range or use powerful energy weapons. So, basically what that defines is that this Godzilla will be able to go hand-to-hand with other titans like Godzilla, which is pretty major on its own, because this universe's Godzilla is known really for being able to go hand-to-hand. He's best equipped to go hand-to-hand, and he's very strong, able to swing the like almost 150,000 ton King Ghidorah by one head, granted in a supercharged form. So Mechagodzilla being able to fight at close range is very nice to hear. I definitely would prefer a Mechagodzilla that can fight at close range instead of one that just spams rockets or something. It'll be nice if we see scenes of him like using his claw hands to like punch and grab Godzilla and throw him around. It's gonna be very fascinating too to see him go hand to hand with Kong. I bet that'll be really fun to see. And the biggest part of this, I think, that we can get out of it is that Mechagodzilla has really powerful energy weapons. So that's really interesting as well, because that confirms basically that Mechagodzilla probably will not be really using more artillery design weapons. He probably won't be using stuff like bullets and like machine guns basically and rockets, which kind of honestly what I thought he'd be using. I thought he'd have rocket stuff, but it sounds like he'll just have stuff like beams. So I would say he's probably most like the Heisei Godzilla in terms of power and equipment and abilities. So that's really nice to hear. I mean, if that's what you prefer. But yeah, so that's basically what he says about that. So basically he doesn't say in detail what the energy attacks are, just know that Mechagodzilla can fight hand to hand, and he has energy attacks. I lied, by the way. There's 5 things I just realized. So for the 4th thing, just this one isn't too major. Whenever, just another response to the one earlier, whatever he says about the plates and stuff. He says there are many concept arts that are not final, and they can be changed at any time. So he's just throwing that on as an add-on point to the one about Godzilla's dorsal plates. So, very interesting still. And then now onto the final thing he said. This isn't as huge as the other one, but still interesting. Someone asked, I very much doubt this, but does he retain any Toho abilities, especially or specifically his finger missiles from 74-75? Sayaka's response, he doesn't even have fingers. That wasn't anything groundbreaking. It's pretty obvious he doesn't have fingers, but it would be really interesting if he does have missiles that can shoot out of his hand still. Like the one fan creation, the model I've used, he can close his hands, and there's like slots that rockets can shoot out of. I'd be really shocked if this Mechagodzilla doesn't use any sort of rockets at all. I think even the Heisei one had like a type of rocket that shot. It had some rockets. It just mostly relied on energy-based attacks. But there you go, guys. That's the big new Sayaka stuff of the day. MG can fight at close range and has energy attacks. Dorsal plates don't change at all. There will be new Titans. And what was the first point? How Mechagodzilla, for all we know, he might not even be in the movie. So, hope you guys enjoyed. As always, please share, subscribe. Hope you guys have a great day. As always, peace. Bye-bye.